computers now have primary control of critical functions.
Hey everyone, I'm Matt Harbison from SpaceForEverybody.com, and before we get started, I need you to understand that you should never ever look through a telescope at the sun without the proper filtration. Having said that, today we're talking about solar astronomy, and I have been super excited about this video since I started thinking about it weeks ago because the sun is super active right now and I love solar astronomy. Looking at the sun and looking into these layers that are hidden from everyone in plain sight really is exciting for me. It's almost a magical process. So today I'm not going to go into super detail about my equipment. I'm just going to tell you what I own. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. But I wanted to give you an idea of what equipment I'm using so when you watch my live streams, you know what I have. So starting with the scope closest to me, all three of these telescopes are Lunt. I will just say that. The telescope closest to me images in the calcium K wavelength at 390 nanometer. If you're not familiar with the electromagnetic spectrum, you should probably look it up and get familiar with it before you jump into solar astronomy. It is all on a Lunt 80mm doublet telescope. It's one of the older ones. It's a 1800 Lunt blocking filter for the calcium line again. Then in the middle, I have the Lunt 102 doublet, and I have a Hershel Wedge in this. It's the Altair brand. I really like it. It's super nice for cameras. If you're doing imaging, the Altair brand works really well. It's got a built-in neutral density filter you can adjust by turning it. And I use the Solar Continuum filter at the bottom of it, and that gives it the green tint. And then on the far right, your left, I have the hydrogen Lunt 80mm double stack telescope. I bought it single stacked and added the double stack later. This isn't the newer one, this is the older image, so it's not the modular telescope, but it works really well. It's a 1800 blocking filter. I have autofocusers on all three of them because it's almost impossible to get a good focus manually, so you want some way to electronically focus. And then I use 174 cameras. 174 sensor cameras when I'm doing my live stream, if you've watched any of that. And then I try to use the 163 or 1600 sensor for my high resolution images. If you've gone to my zoom page and looked at the different layers of the sun on the zoomable image, that was all done with a QHY 163 or a ZWO 1600. I have a Hinode Solar Guider that allows me to guide during the day, which is super nice. You can just put your telescope out quickly, train it on the sun, hit guide, and it tracks, and it works beautifully. I have an ADM pointing device that allows me to point all three telescopes at the same point, and then it's all riding on top of a Sky Watcher EQ6-R Pro. And controlled by Pegasus Ultimate Power Box 2. Now it's a lot of equipment, a lot of plugging in and off each day. If you have any questions about any of this or how I use it or what streaming program I'm using, just ask them in the comments. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or Reddit. You can ask any questions there as well. Don't forget to subscribe, like, or share this video. And remember, there is space for everybody. Peace.